Hello, everyone. You're all very welcome to Underground Cinema. Now, as a lot of you know, last year we did a lot of interviews with some of the nominees on the run up to the awards. I think we did 30 interviews. We did an interview every day on the run up to the awards for a month. So this is my first one today, and I'm delighted to say that I've got with us Thomas McQuillan. Thomas has a fantastic film he sent in to us there during the year called the Pursuit of Forgiveness. Good morning, Thomas. How are you?
Good, Dave. How are you?
I'm very good, Thomas. It's not our first time. It's not the first time you've sent into
No.
Underground Cinema. You've done Memories of Us before with us, so which was
Yep.
another fantastic film. But this film really caught my eye. I thought it was an absolutely superb piece of filmmaking. But for those that haven't seen it, maybe Thomas, can you just sort of give us a rough idea, just an idea of what the story is about?
Yeah, certainly. So the film follows a father called Liam who is had a past struggle with addiction, and so he goes on this journey of trying to reconnect with his estranged daughter Claire. So it's this sort of like father-daughter sort of like journey, and it's in the title. It's called The Pursuit of Forgiveness. It's that sort of like journey of seeking forgiveness and wherever we can give that second chance whenever it's presented to us.
Yeah, it's a lovely piece of filmmaking, and with two superb performances in it as well. And one of your lead actors, Niamh Louise McGuigan, has been nominated for a Best Actress award. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, I'm very, very proud, and especially Niamh. This was Niamh's very first short film that she's ever done, and like from the get-go, she's amazing. Other film festivals as well as yourself have been recognizing her talent, and I was so proud of her. Like as a director, like I'm very, very proud of her.
She's very natural, and she bounces along really well with your other lead as well, was Robert James, who's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, no, Robert, me and Robert go back for many, many years now. He was one of my very, very first actors that I've worked with, and I knew that we would have this sort of like good working relationship. So I've been having him in all of my short films from back in, I think I started working with him back in 2017. So it's been a while.
Yeah, the chemistry between both actors was really good. Did you workshop any of this before you went out and shoot, or did you rehearse this with the two guys?
So what we did actually, I never really do this. I kind of like know in my head like who I want to cast for my film, and I would just immediately hire them. But for this one, I knew that I had to be perfect. So we had casting auditions, we had callbacks and stuff like that. So we rented out this space in Belfast called the Accidental Theatre, and we had a full day of just bringing in different actors. And what we did is that we had we had three males trying to play Liam, and then we had three girls trying to play Claire, and we just kind of like swapped them around to see if it was more of a chemistry sort of test to see if they would
Yeah.
like, if they were perfect for each other. And then whenever Niamh and Robert just sat down with each other, I can see in their eyes, and not even that, I for some strange reason I thought this is definitely a father and daughter. They looked really identical, like the hair color, the way that they were talking with each other. You can just sense there was something there. So whenever I give them the script to read as we were watching do it, I was just like, that's them. That's Liam and Claire.
Yeah, you know something. I've been heavily involved with theatre for years, and I always think theatre actors are fantastic, and to me, they look like theatrical actors and actresses and actors as well. Which is a great compliment. Because I think they can dive very deep into the characterization, and I think they just pulled it up with aplomb. They were fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. No, yeah, Neve comes from a theatre background. She used to do a lot of theatre stuff with Bruiser. They're like a local theatre company here in Belfast. So that's kind of like where I knew her from because I used to do a lot of filming, videography in a sense for Bruiser, and that's where I came across her. She did like her final showcase with Bruiser, and I saw her performance there. And so whenever she asked if she could audition, I was just like, yeah, go for it. And yeah, absolutely, I totally agree. Theater actors definitely have that sort of like sense of delving in deeper to the character.
Yeah. It's not taken away from actors that are training in film, but it's just that theater actors, I find they want to know more about the script, they want to know more about the character, they ask a lot of questions. Um, from rehearsals, they know they like to workshop it. They just want to live, breathe the character. And I definitely thought they pulled it off. Sure, why don't we just have a quick look at the trailer? It's a short trailer, but it'll just sort of give us an idea of what these two brilliant performances look like. Let's have a look at it now, Thomas.
So, everything good at home?
Yeah, it's fine. I guess.
I'm trying to do better.
Trying to do better now, Dad. What about before?
Fantastic. This film, Thomas, I'd be right in saying would be it's about addiction, it's about regret, and it's about redemption.
Absolutely, and that's cover everything as well. It covers family, it covers love, loss, but mainly addiction. And the reason why I wanted to make a film like this was because, especially here in Ireland, Northern Ireland, you can see there's just been a rise in deaths because of drugs and alcohol, and especially in young people as well. Like I wrote this because a year or two back, a friend of mine passed away because of drugs and alcohol, and he was so young and so talented, and it just made me feel like it just needed it was a story that needed to be told. And the reason why I concentrate more on the father side of things is because it really I feel like with the family sort of like dynamic, drugs can really take away drugs and alcohol can really take you away from family, like it'll separate you. So I really wanted to like delve into that with this film.
Yeah, so I certainly got the feeling that this was a deeply personal film, if I wanted, for want of a better word.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was very personal, and then watching it all come to life through screen, it's I get a tear every time I watch the end scene. It's powerful.
Yeah, your DOP did a great job on it. I mean, he really captured the emotional depth of the character. Remind me, who's your DOP on this?
Yeah, so our director of photography was Joe Hagan, and so whenever I told Joe what I wanted, like I knew the style in the top of my head, I knew what I wanted, and Joe just knew exactly what I wanted, and he actually went out and bought a particular lens to shoot this all on, and the lens is called the Helios lens. It's like 50mm Russian vintage lens, and it gives that sort of like grain, sort of like old vintage look, and that's what I wanted throughout this entire film. And
Yeah,
I think it looks gorgeous. Yeah.
yeah, it looks great. It's almost like a sort of 1970s sort of very slightly gritty grain to it,
Yeah.
Like costume design was really good as well. I thought
Yes.
production design was very, very good, excellent. Sound, which is crucial,
Yeah.
was great. I'm a big, I'm a big advocate for getting the right sound person. You could have a beautiful film shot, but if they make a mess of the sound, that's it. You
Yeah.
just get turned off. But
Yeah.
no, your crew did a great job and really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely give credit to all my crew because they all did this on pretty much a zero budget. We were hoping to raise about £7,000 to make this film, but only got 3,000 instead. So we had to really like prioritize where the money goes to. And of course, we had to pay our actors. Thankfully, we were able to get Rose Henderson in a small scene in our film. And
Yeah,
Rose was fantastic to work with. So like a lot of our money had to go towards paying our actors and paying our locations. And thankfully, we had some money left to pay our crew fuel and food. But like they, even with that, like they were all professional on set. I wouldn't praise them any. Like I would praise them so much for that. Yeah.
yeah. The most important thing, Thomas, on the set is to feed your crew.
Yeah, yeah. As long as you feed them, that's fine. I mean, we were living off Subways and pizzas for like days, so I think they were happy.
And what were the biggest hurdles while you were trying to make this film, or was there any big hurdles, or was it relatively straightforward?
I think one of the hurdles was time. Time was against us on some days. Especially there's a lot of the shots were in the B&B that you probably it's not in the trailer, but it's in the film, and we had like a really time constraint with that. There was also a lot of the outdoor stuff that were pushed for time because it was getting darker sometimes, and we were really against. Yeah, so time was against us on some days, but I think we managed to do justice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tricky dealing with a subject about addiction. And I've often seen short films or feature films where the lead actor is an alcoholic or is a drug abuser, and
Yeah,
there can be a tendency to go over the top. You've seen it yourself, Thomas.
yeah,
I think he got it bang on and really did. You felt very sorry for him, to be honest with you, right?
yeah,
You could empathize with him,
yeah.
which I think was what you were
And
trying to
that's
get across.
it was exactly what we were trying to get across. We were trying to get across the fact that it's not that he wanted to drink; it's because he had to drink because that was his coping mechanism. Like this guy's way of dealing with his grief and his depression and his guilt. He doesn't want to, but he has to. And in this film, you'll see some scenes where I always describe it as, so you want to feel sorry for him, but at the same time you also hate him for what he's doing. So you feel so disgusted by what he's doing, but you also feel bad for him at the same time.
Yeah, and I mean, the character of Claire, I mean, she doesn't break too early in the film, which is great. I mean, she lets him have it.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
she does indeed. She does indeed. Yeah.
I suppose it's like years of, it's all built up over the years, and to be forgiven straight away just at the drop of the hat is just impossible for something like this.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was very well. How did it take you long to write the script?
Yeah. It took a while. Well, the final draft, I think the final draft was like 15. So there was like 15 drafts, and it took about maybe half a year to write.
Wow. And how
Yeah.
long did it take to shoot?
It took us 5 days, but we shot this over a weekend, so it took us like 2 weekends, and then we had an extra day of filming.
Yeah, I mean, you got to work around everybody's schedule when you're working on a low budget film. That's just the nature of indie filmmaking. Yeah, but
Exactly.
even still, that's actually not a bad schedule. And then post production, and
Yeah, post production took, I would say, about 2 months, 3 months.
very good. Your
Yeah.
editor did a great job as well. Were you concerned about the running time? I can tell you better. When I watched the film, I didn't even feel the running time. It is longer than your average short. I think
Yeah.
at Underground Cinema during September in Dunleary, I'd mentioned I did some interesting stats. Um, 12, 15 years ago, the average running time of a short film 15 years ago was 10 to 12 minutes. That was the
Yeah.
average running time. Now, 16 years later, the average running time of a short that's submitted to us is 18 minutes. So it's increased by six
Yeah.
minutes over the years. So
Yeah.
shorts are getting a little bit longer. Your film's
Yeah.
even longer than that. It's I think 33, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah. Ours is 33. Yeah.
Was that any sort of concern to you at all? Especially when it comes to the festival circuit, where we're a little bit different because if we see a film, because a lot of our stuff is online, time isn't really our enemy. But we do host a live event in Dunleary, and time can be our enemy. But when we see a film that is, say, 33 minutes long and it deserves to be screened, we'll screen it. But some of the bigger festivals, say Dublin International Film Festival or the Galway Flower,
Mhm.
Belfast, they're working on time, minutes and seconds. So I'm just wondering, was that a bit of a concern for you?
Um, Not really, because I knew that this story had to be told. I wasn't concerned about timing at all. Like if I was to cut this film down to 15 minutes, you'd be losing so much story, you'd be losing so much character development. Like I felt like this story just flowed so naturally. So timing was not a concern for me. All my previous short films have always been over 15 minutes long, and it's only because I like character development. I like the flow of the story. See if I can never do a short film that's like 5 minutes long. There's not enough time to fit everything in. So I really appreciate filmmakers who can actually make a film for 5 minutes and get everything into that short period of time. But for me, like I just love the flow of the story. I love the flow of the character development. And if it takes half an hour, 45 minutes, I don't care as long as it gets the story across.
The thing that happened to me, this room I'm talking to you from here, I built this room for myself. This is a small little cinema that I have in here. So I sit back. I just got these chairs in there just recently, the recliners. I sit back, I watch everything in here, surround sound, nobody to bother me. And I watched you when I watched your film, and I watched it again just to recap it last night. It doesn't even feel 30. I don't even feel the 33 minutes, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. Just enjoying the story and the performances, and I'm taking everything in. And I watch everything, right to the last dot. I'm as nosy as hell. I want to know who's doing everything on the film.
Yeah.
But your 33 minutes didn't feel like 33 minutes to me. It was just the story I was engaged in, and that I think that's a really good sign.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I totally agree. Like if people don't feel like it's too long and are just engrossed with the actual story and the cinematography and the music, then that's all I care about. And as long as they take the message away from the film, that's all I care about.
I think every family has some sort of a story about, addiction. It may not be, a mother or father. It could be an uncle and an aunt or a cousin. Every story every family has a story about redemption or regret. Everyone does. Everyone's gone through life
Exactly.
with these themes. So I'm wondering now, because it's on its festival run at the moment, and I
Yes.
see the laurels popping up left, right, and centre. What's the audience reaction been so far at some of the live events that you've been at quite a few times? I've seen you at a number of events.
Yeah, well, we had our private screening at the end of May, and that was just for close friends and family. And there was definitely tears. There was definitely loads of tears. There's definitely like, I feel like a lot of people were very quiet because they didn't know what to say because it is very hard hitting. So I feel like a lot of people were just taking away, the message behind that film. But definitely a lot of tears. And then we went over to LA. We had our world premiere in Los Angeles for the Independent Short Awards. And again, like there's filmmakers from across the world, and they were all applauding us because we made this film with such a low budget, while films over there were made with like 100K plus. It's insane. Like for a short film, you can get £100,000 dollars for a short film. It's crazy, but they all came over to us and they really applauded us for that. So
That must have been a great experience to head over to LA for a festival like that.
yeah, no, it was a great experience. We were only there for 3 days, so like the jet lag, we
Yeah.
almost fell asleep for our own film, but it was a good experience.
What about the UK festivals? Have you sent it into any of the festivals over in England?
Oh yes, we've sent it pretty much across the entire world. Obviously we have our upcoming Belfast Film Festival premiere coming up on the 4th of November at 4 o'clock at the Odeon in Belfast. So that'll be our next sort of like live event.
Brilliant. I've noticed that at Underground Cinema years ago, we used to bring a lot of Irish films over to London, over to Bermondsey. We used to do them on St. Patrick's Day, and there's a great love for Irish filmmaking over in the UK, and it's in fact so much so that we get a lot of our UK filmmakers that anytime we have a festival on, it's just an excuse just to get out. Even if they haven't got a film on, they'll fly over to Ireland.
Yep.
to,
Yep. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to
No,
enjoy
I've
the
definitely I've definitely noticed that the Americans love the Irish films. As soon as we start talking, they knew our accent immediately. They just loved us, and they really appreciated all of the Irish filmmakers that sent over films over there.
The other thing I was thinking about this when I was watching the film again, Thomas, last night, was this could actually make a very good feature film. You know, have you
Yeah,
thought
no,
about? I'm sure you've thought about that.
well, I actually have written two feature films, but I'm currently in the middle of pre-production for my one of the features. But you know what? Thinking about Pursue Forgiveness as a feature, I feel like it's fine to where it is.
Yeah,
You've got everything that you needed to be told in this short film. I don't think it needs to be expanded anymore because you've already got their backstory through dialogue. You don't need to see his past. It's all in dialogue and it's all just between them two. So I felt like, yeah, I think it's fine just the way it is, just as a short form. But for this feature film, so I have a sort of like resume of films that have some sort of like human story, some sort of like personal story that everybody can relate to. So the feature film is called The Space That We Share, and it's a feature film about a young man who suffers from depression, and he comes across this young girl, and secretly she's going through depression as well, and they both sort of like form this bond, knowing that they both suffer from depression. So.
well, I mean, you tackle quite a range of genres. You're not tied into the one genre.
No.
You enjoy them all.
Yeah, no,
Even
I've made sci-fis, I've made romantics, I've made comedies, I've made horrors. Yeah, no, I do them all, but I do, like I said, I love telling personal human stories because I feel like that's something that all of us can relate to.
yeah. Who would you say that you are you influenced by any particular director at the moment?
Yeah, Martin Scorsese. I've always been an admirer of Martin Scorsese. I keep on watching back all of his films, so like he's a director I look up to.
Fantastic. I think we all admire. He's a master, and a great one to look up to. So what? So is that feature film you're talking about? Is that the next project? Is that what you'd like to get off the ground next?
Yeah, I'm not. I think from now on, like I've been making short films for the past 10 plus years now. So like I feel like now it's time to make my first feature film. So yeah, this will be the first one I'll be making. So
Yeah, you've cut your teeth now. You've proved yourself that you can quite easily make it short. It's a different animal, as you know, with a feature film as well. It's a much bigger
yeah,
challenge. Um,
we definitely can't do this for £3,000. So I'll say
no,
that.
no, you'll be pulling every favor under the sun. Plus, trying.
Yeah.
And that's the other typical thing. So, obviously, I'm sure you have a budget in mind in your head. I mean, what's funding like now in Northern Ireland? I mean, there's some great films coming out of Northern Ireland at the moment, and the production values are superb. We've
Yeah.
got a load of Northern Ireland filmmakers sending work into us over the past 3 or 4 years, and it's super. What is funding like? I know how difficult it is in the south, but is it as hard in the north to crack it?
It's probably as hard as it is down south. Because technically the only sort of like government funding body that we have here for film is NI Screen, and even I've been applying for NI Screen for years, and I keep on getting rejections. So I in the recent years I've always knew that I was going to get rejected. So like I would just immediately just go to crowdfunding because like you can't be just waiting, just hoping that someone's gonna send you the money to make this. You're just gonna have to go out there and do it yourself. Um, Now, obviously, for this feature film, I have plans on ways that I could possibly get this funded, and I've tried NI Screen as well, and again got rejected. But I've got different things up my sleeve that hopefully we can get some sort of funding from.
Yeah, I wonder when you were over in LA, did you make any connections over there that might be able to help you out with this one?
We did. Funny enough, there was a producer on the way to LA, and the Aer Lingus captain announced that film crew from Ireland are flying over to LA today, and we wish them the best of luck. And of course, one of our crew members was sat beside a producer who says, "Oh, I'm flying back home to LA. Give me your contact details, and we'll keep in touch." So
What a stroke of luck that it was.
yeah, it was indeed. Yeah, so we've got her up our sleeve as well. So
Yeah, very good. It's a bit like what you said earlier on about the budgets over in the States versus budgets in Ireland.
oh
Where
yeah,
we shoot over here a short film for about £2,000 or £3,000 a euro. They're shooting for 80, 90, 1,000, at least a
the
thousand,
low
hundred
the
thousand
lowest
euros.
the lowest amount of dollars that I heard over in LA that they shot a film on was $50,000 for a
Yeah,
short film. That was the lowest. Their highest was 250,000.
yeah. I worked on a short that was shot over in Los Angeles as well. It was $65,000. I mean, we could have easily made it in Ireland for a tenth of that.
If
Money.
I had $65,000 pounds, whatever, to make a short film, I'd be like, no, I'm making a feature.
Yeah. Well, look, I wish the very best of luck with this, Thomas. It all really sounds very exciting. You got a cracking film. I'm sure it's going to do really well on the festival circuit. I'm delighted that it's got a nod with us. I mean, it was so difficult this year with the lead actors. Some of the performances that we had in this year, I don't know how we've an international panel, so I don't know how they actually made the final decision. But
Yeah.
I just would like to say that Robert's performance I thought was absolutely superb, just absolutely super, and I've no doubt he's going to get plenty of nods over the coming months. So do pass on my congratulations to him. I thought he did a super job.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I will indeed, and thank you again for the nominations. Niamh is thrilled, and we all hope to come down to attend the live event.
Well, you'll be very welcome. There's one thing that we've enjoyed at the award ceremony over the past say 3 or 4 years. We've seen an awful lot of Northern Ireland filmmakers that have been submitting their work to us and getting the nods as well. And they've always enjoyed themselves down at the award ceremony in O'Leary. But that's where collaborations can happen. It's a bit like the peace process for filmmakers, where
Yeah.
we've got the Northern Ireland filmmakers coming down, meeting some of the Southern Ireland filmmakers, and that's where collaborations, I believe, can happen. I'd love to see a little bit more of it. I know some of what's going on already, but it is
Yeah.
you are down, it's a great opportunity to meet some of the guys down south and to listen to their tales of woe as well. It's not easy being an independent filmmaker, is it, Thomas?
It is not. No, but we all have to work together.
That's
Make it work.
Well, listen, thanks a million for joining me today, Thomas, and I really look forward to seeing you in November.
Yes, you too, Dave. Thanks very much.
Take care.